Hey guys, how you doing? Brian here. Hey, real quick, someone asked me today, what do I feel? Hey Brian, what do you feel is the primary reason that love relationships are struggling today more than ever before, especially in this time? So here's my answer very simply. We can talk about things like social media, the fact that people aren't really connecting, meeting outdoors, maybe the fact that COVID kind of interrupted social life and all that. But here's the fundamental reason, in my opinion, why relationships aren't working, why they're struggling today. And to me, it's this simple. In my opinion, women are just not being trained. It's that simple. Women are just not being trained. And here's my point. So check this out. From a very young age, look at this, right? Men are being trained to do what? Be what? Gentlemen, right? We're trained to open doors for the ladies. We're trained that we need to provide, that we need to protect. We're trained that we need to make sure that we level up and do whatever it takes to make sure she's taken care of. We are trained that they're emotional creatures and that we need to be able to hold space for them. Be attentive. Make sure they're validated despite not being totally illogical. Doesn't matter. You've got to be the man, right? We're trained that if she hits you because she's super mad, don't hit her back. We're trained about this. And so a man grows up feeling that, listen, I'm going to keep working on myself. And as a man, I got to work through the emotions. I got to be as strong as I can be to be the man that I need to be for my woman. So when men commit, it's unconditional. When you think about it, men are attracted to a woman, but when they choose a woman, they choose her despite what she brings to the table. Notice that? But here's the deal. In today's society, that lack of training, you tell me what applies to the girls. What makes a man happy? We've all heard of happy wife, happy life. So men are still crafted to create that, listen to her and give her everything she wants, so to speak, which in my opinion is what's killing us. So here's the deal. What accountability is given to women, or should I say, what kind of training is given to women on how to treat her man? What are girls taught about what her husband needs? You thought about that? So you see, there's this unrealistic expectation. So when women get into a relationship, they get into it with an entitled feeling, the princess feeling, that of what she's supposed to get from him. So when we ask women, what do you look for in a man? They talk about everything that the man is supposed to do for her. But guess what? She has no clue about what she's supposed to give him in return at all. They don't even think about it. And so now, especially now with this feminism and all this stuff, now they start to question it. Well, then why should I do this? What makes a man happy? Oh, man. Well, then, but what if I don't feel like it? Oh, why should I have to, why should I have to do X, Y, and Z? So what ends up happening is you have this dynamic where a man is doing everything he can to protect to take care of. And then he's met with a woman who's never been taught how to live in her feminine and create the yin and yang with his masculinity. And so there's no polarity in there. So what happens is she's standing in her masculine, being judgmental, being confrontational when what he wants is peace. And so when he comes home, there's more of a disaster and there's more of confrontation at home than he sees outside, where he just wants to rest, where he wants to take off his armor, where he wants to relax and chill and spend time with the woman that he has chosen to spend a life with. And she can't show up. She can't show up for him. And so if she's being critical and fails to recognize that, in the end, many women today are creating a man who's a shell of who he's capable of being because of how she treats him or how she's not willing to treat him. It's kind of crazy, y'all. But that is a fact. I believe, and so this is my message to you guys is, contrary to what people may say, contrary to the negative and how whoever says you're being ridiculous, I believe because society is not training women on how to add value to men, it is our responsibility as men to do so. And it's not easy, and they will listen to you kicking and screaming. But here's the deal. If a woman is not willing to let you guide her to be the sort of woman you need her to be so that you can be at your best, then you don't need to be with her. It's that simple. Peace.